first came to surrogacy that I wanted to be a surrogate is I had a really good friend who went through a lot of infertility issues, and I would sit and cry with her while I had my 2 children, and I was very happy with them. And it just seemed like there was something I could do for her. But back then, that was a good 15 years ago, and you didn't hear about surrogacy.
Originally, I looked into it because one of my friends had a kidney transplant and was possibly going to be unable to have her own children. And so I looked it up on the internet and found it to be a wonderful program and sent off for the information, and I delivered healthy twins on November 6th of 2002, and now I'm back again for a second round.
I've always loved being pregnant. I have 4 children of my own, and when I first learned about surrogacy, I just thought this would be perfect for me. I would have the pleasure of being pregnant, but I have no desire to raise any more children, and the best part of all is helping another couple become a family.
My husband and I had fertility issues when we tried to conceive our first son, and I think that after you've kind of gone through some fertility issues, for the beginning, I think that I'm able to, I feel I have a better connection with, maybe with somebody else who struggles, and I've been there, done that, so, I just feel it's something that I can give back, that I've been very fortunate to have great pregnancies, and so now I feel it's a good way for me to give back.
To be honest, just to help other people, I thoroughly enjoy being pregnant. Pregnancies come very easy for me. Deliveries are even easier.
I've, seen different fertility issues with my friends and some of my extended family members, and just know the struggle that people go with.
The reason I want to be a surrogate mother is I wanted to have the opportunity to give somebody back something that they would cherish more than anything. People go through their lives, being successful in business and everything else, and a lot of these couples that are trying to have children, this is the one thing they want more than anything, and I wanted to give somebody back something that is special and near and dear, that they will always cherish.
I really enjoyed being pregnant with my kids, and I realized that I was done having kids, but kind of missed being pregnant.
Mostly what got me looking at surrogacy was I had a girlfriend from high school who was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and I knew that for her and her husband to have a baby, she'd have to go off her meds, and it'd be a long, hard process for her, so I offered to be one for her.
I absolutely just loved being pregnant. I felt attractive, and I felt just wonderful, and then my son is just the light of our lives. He's just so wonderful. And I thought, I could do that for somebody. It would be easy. The pregnancy would be easy, and then they could have a child, they could experience this joy. So that's why I decided that I wanted to do this.
Just when I looked at it, there's just so many couples out there that would be great parents, and just like my friend who is a great parent through adoption, but that's not always an option for everybody. So to be able to have a biological child is wonderful. And it was just something that I really felt that I needed to do, not only wanted to do, but needed to do because I could.
I think for some women, I think it's almost a calling in life that, you're just kind of not only meant to do this, but I have a special desire to help somebody in this way.
It was very difficult to pick a couple. I had 2 profiles, and I told my husband I wanted to keep them both and help them both.
It's so hard because I always think that I'm looking for a certain thing, and then I will read a profile and I will find that they have something that I wasn't even thinking about, that just draws me to them. And I think probably the hardest thing for me is actually choosing one couple, because they've a lot of times gone through so much that you just want to help everybody.
As far as what I was looking for, I knew I wanted to have a relationship with the couple after the baby was born. Not that we were going to be best friends. I wasn't looking for a new long-lost sister that I never had or anything like that. But I was just looking for a couple that we could share in the experience. We could have a relationship afterward.
I wanted to have a couple that I could just tell they really loved each other, that they were committed to one another. I preferred that they were married because having a baby is such a huge commitment. I kind of wanted to know that they at least made that commitment to one another.
The fact that they're an international couple was appealing as well, just because my husband and I enjoy traveling, and we'd like to travel with our kids as well. And just the idea of having a child that I've given birth to that's in another country.
Actually, they were the first profile I got, and I read through it, and I it seemed like she and I would just click, and so I decided to go with them, and she and I talked on the phone, and we clicked. We just automatically just started chatting away, just talking about everything under the sun, and that's how I chose them.
I just knew that I wanted to help someone, so I wasn't really picky.
That they would be receptive of, who we are, and, they were fun. They were excited about this as much as we would be, that they would be there every step of the way with us.
My ultimate couple didn't have any children yet. I really wanted to just help somebody be a first-time parent.
Me and my husband had decided that we wanted to help a couple that could not have a baby any other way but this way. Either a couple heterosexual who for some reason could not have children, or a gay couple who obviously could not do this without us.
I'm really looking for somebody who wants to love a child. A lot of the rest, whether they have children or not already, it really it doesn't matter to me.
I just gave birth to twins 2 months ago, and my couple that I worked with lived very close. They lived just in Maryland over the line. I live in Virginia. So they actually came to all my doctor's appointments.
I'm a first-time surrogate, and I have a wonderful couple that lives only about an hour away from us, so it's very convenient. They're able to easily come to all the doctor appointments, and we're able to get together quite often and communicate.
Even though they live a long distance away in France, we really feel close to them, and it really seems no difference than if I was in Wisconsin and they were in California.
Being a surrogate mother was, just a million things wrapped into one. It was fun, it was exciting, it was exhilarating, it was stressful.
Surrogacy is a very unique experience, and I wouldn't try and compare it to anything else. It's very special, and it's very intimate, and the things that you deal with and talk about can be anxious and they can be exciting, but overall it's just everybody wants the same thing. You want a healthy baby that's going to bring joy and happiness and family. So I think that just keep that in mind when things do get anxious or when things get a little rough or a little bit difficult. Just keep that end goal in mind, and I think everybody will be fine.
You have so many fears, yet so many joys and excitement, and because with every pregnancy, your own or somebody else's, anything can happen on any given day, and so it just seems like it's a roller coaster. There's a lot of ups and there's some downs.
Speaking for myself, and I'm sure all the surrogates, most of us can have children on our own, and we don't want to keep your child. We want you to have that blessing and that miracle. The reason that we become surrogates is because I can't imagine my life without my 2 kids, and I can't imagine somebody telling me, well, you can't have children. So I feel it's a gift, and I feel blessed that as a couple you would trust me to take care of something so precious. And then when the baby's born, I'm not giving, people say, oh, how can you give that baby away? I'm not giving anything away. I'm giving back to the couple something that they were so gracious to allow me to have 9 months with. They shared their baby with me before they shared their baby with anyone, and I just feel so thankful and so lucky that a couple would trust me with something so precious, and that I can be a part of it, and then I get to give them back. It was never mine in the first place. I just was a babysitter. I was able to be a part of a wonderful miracle, and then when the baby's born, to be able to give the baby back and say thank you for letting me take care of your little one.